Man, when you're recording, everything is so sensitive, man. Everything is so sensitive. Welcome to the Corner Club Rooftop Talk. Today, I'm going to have a guest here today by the name of Lohr, Tao Lore. That's what he calls himself. And the topic is going to be Black Americans before Columbus. So let's see how this is going to play out. I know a lot of people are used to the conventional way of learning, due to the fact that they are used to the conventional way of learning, they're gonna shut this guy's who's that? They're gonna shut this guy's thinking down. And I'm gonna be like, okay, and then one day all this information to come out, and then they're gonna say, you know what, that man Ye was trying to put me on a long time ago, and I just didn't listen. That's what they're gonna say. So we're at the 400 today, and yeah, wait for my boy to pull up and get it lit from there. And I know everybody don't want to hear, oh no, we all this, we all that, and I'm not excluding because myself, my dad is from Africa, my mom is from here. Do I claim I'm African? I respect it, but I'm not African. I was born here. I got African no blood in me, but I'm not African, and neither do they recognize me as an African. Oh man. Yeah, that's where we at. This is where we are. Okay. So we're just chilling right now. Wait for him to pull up. We got about 3 minutes. Soon I'll be streaming using YouTube. But for now, I'm going to stick with my shit. My audio shit.
Yeah, I came from nothing, now I'm moving with precision in my step. Every goal I ever wanted, swear to God I never slept. Pressure made me sharper, turning fire in my chest. Now I walk into the room and every doubter looks impressed. I don't beg, I don't fold, I don't wait for any chance. I create the whole momentum, I control my circumstance. Every setback was a lesson, every loss became a win. I'm the one they try to copy, but can't match the discipline. I move like a boss, never taking a loss. Everything I touch, I turn it into gloss. I rise like a boss, no matter what it costs. I walk through the fire and never feel exhausted. I don't flex for approval, I don't need them to applaud. I've been grinding in the shadow while they slept and prayed to luck. Success don't come to dreamers, it comes only to the few who keep pushing when it's painful, when the whole says you're through. My mind's a loaded weapon, my vision razor sharp. I make moves that shake the table, leave an imprint, leave a mark. Every night I work in silence, every morning I advance. I was born for heavy pressure, I don't crumble, I move like a boss, never taking a loss. Everything I touch, turn it into gloss. I rise like a boss, no matter what it costs. I walk through the fire and never feel exhausted. Never feel exhausted. Now they watch me from a distance while pretending they don't care. But my glow is undeniable, I put power in the air. I came up without excuses, without shortcuts, without fear. I kept running through the storm until the sunlight reappeared. Now the crown is on my head because I earned it with my grind. Step by step, brick by brick, I left to hold me far behind. So when life becomes a battle and they question what you got, stand your ground, go harder, show the world you can't be stopped. I move like a boss, never taking a loss. Everything I touch, I turn it into gloss. I rise like a boss, stronger than I was. Make myself a legend, yeah, I do it like a boss.
Hey, good afternoon on the motherfucking East Coast. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. But on the West Coast, it's about 11:30. So I'm waiting for somebody to pull up. I've been trying to get him in for a while, and that's what we're waiting for. Animal, we done had a conversation on this topic plenty of times, bro. And it's like for people that's used to the indoctrination, to them it's gonna be something that's gonna they can't believe it's gonna be something false to them. You get what I'm saying? And I'm here to break that. I'm here to break everything that you believe in while you bobbing and weaving. That's what I'm here for. So hopefully he pull up. You know what I'm saying? He pull up and then we can have this conversation. Man, he got a lot of views online. You know, I like to bring people here that I like to bring people here on the app that doesn't really know about the app and that's not on the app. You know what I'm saying? Like people that really got the numbers. You there, Animal?
Yeah, I'm I'm here, gang. I'm just relaxing,
Oh, you
waiting for
laying
the
down, laying down.
waiting for the brother to pull up, so we could get into it, man. Dive into some of this history. Hopefully, he provides some links where we could go do more research on our own. I'm very interested.
Let's see. Let's see. We're not pulling anyone up until I just want to have a conversation with him, and then if you want to do a Q and A, I'm with it. But for now, I just gotta focus everything on this guy. Give me 2 minutes. I can, man, you're wasting the black. You're worse than the blacks. This is Kai. Let me see. Oh, it's Kai. I know her. Where have you been, lady? I ain't see you in a long time. It's just one of the rooms that where I do my interviews at. Because what I do is I come on here, I keep my audio, I get my audio from this platform, then I transfer it to all the other platforms. I just use this just for the base. But he said, give him 2 minutes. I just gave him a text just now. If you see him, you can bring him up if I'm playing my little music. So, what's the convention? The let's say the conventional way of thinking is that the out of Africa theory is stamped. This is what everybody believes. And I always say, well, if you listen to it, listen to words, it says theory, a theory. It's a guess, a hypothesis. What someone else has. It's not stamped. And they have to put these words in these type of ways because they can get sued. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Just like you said, just like if they had those DNA tests and they be like, well, this is for entertainment purposes only, or you're on the you're on Instagram or something like that, and you tell them this is for entertainment purposes only, so you don't get sued or possibly face jail time, right? So the proof being the pudding. The proof being the pudding is just that I think people are too lazy to start breaking things down. And that's why everyone believes one thing. A lot of things that have been put in place has been getting unraveled now. And this is a shitty day. It's a shitty day for those who try to keep this shit up. But for me, I'm loving it. Oh, what is this? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here, gang. I'm just listening to you, waiting for the gentleman to pull up.
Yeah,
But
I'm just seeing if my audio okay. My audio okay?
no, you sound loud and clear, bro. It's really, really good.
I'm about to say too loud.
Uh, Nah, the soundboard's popping off. Yeah, man.
So that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are right now. Like we ever had conversation with people that's older than us on this app, and they believe like, hey, nah, that's bullshit. I'm like, yo, bro, if I'm telling you at the age of 5, 6, 7, my granny was 72, and she's telling me that my family is Blackfoot Indians, right? And then I start doing my research, and I start finding out that indigenous people are just like anywhere else on the planet. They were dark and melanin of skin, but because you lost your way, you don't have a granny or anyone to tell you where you from, or your granny was from a certain place. It's not my fault. I mean, you can't knock the shit that I had going on. You say you're downloading it. You know what I'm saying? You can't knock that. Like it wouldn't make sense. I didn't know I needed to join.
I mean, most of the people can't tell you where the people were from past their great grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, so I went to my father's mother, mother and father are from Culpeper, Virginia.
Hmm.
Well, when I went to Culpeper to seek documents of where they were from, because we had land there and stuff, well, they told us conveniently you don't have any documents because I guess the municipal building had burned down.
The
So
building burnt down.
yeah, with all the documents in it,
Oh, oh, they
it's
did
like
that on. Oh, yeah, they set
yeah,
that on
it's
fire.
kind of yeah, of course, like it's kind of convenient. So
Right,
most people have trouble tracing, especially in America, and it's kind of funny to me, like how other people can document themselves, but we can't.
right.
It makes it very interesting.
Why do you think it's so important for them to conquer the American land? Why do you think that? It has to go back somewhere.
It's the land of milk and honey.
Milk and honey. What color is honey? Mm. I mean, because people use certain things, subliminal to others. You know what I'm saying, bro? Milk. What is milk? What does milk do? Quote unquote nourishes.
Yeah, for sure.
The land that nourished, the land that's fertile, feeds humanity. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So do we need like probably like go break it down, like look it up and see if we can get down to the you know the origin of it, like see where it's coming from, the land of milk and honey.
I mean, at this point, like I would rather like get back to the roots, man, the essence, and I don't really want to Google. I would really want to go get in that library, the Library of Congress, and start getting into some of these books,
Mm-hmm.
right, to bring forth the evidence. Because it's kind of funny that old little statement they used to use. You want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. It still kind of remains true to today.
Trying to get this audio fixed back here. For some reason, I just don't know why this shit always does this. But yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, bro. And the things is, where's the breadcrumbs? Where are the breadcrumbs for the books that we need to read? So not only they put it in the books, they hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like they made it a fucking puzzle for us to try
Yo,
to
he's here.
figure out.
He's here. He's here. Yeah,
Huh?
he's here.
It's air?
He's here. The gentleman's here.
Oh shit. Bring him up, man. Oh, hey, what's going on, bro?
I'm
Glad
all
you
right.
made it.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. My bad. I never used Clubhouse before, man.
That's okay. I thought you would probably may have got my message when I said download make a profile. You probably know I was talking about. I should have been a little bit more explanatory with it. How's it going, man? How's it going over there where you at?
I'm all right, man. It's a change of season, so it's getting hot. So it's what I mean, it's nice.
Yeah, you in Cali. But it said you were from where you originally from, as a matter of fact.
I'm from Jersey originally.
Jersey in the
Jersey, Mojo
building.
in the
Yes,
building.
sir. We all from Jersey. You both from Jersey. I'm from East Orange, New Jersey. My brother from East Orange, New Jersey, born and raised.
Okay, all right. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm from Willingboro. I don't know. It's like kind of near Trenton.
Oh, we
Yeah, we know
familiar. Hell
Willenboro.
yeah. Y'all had
Okay.
the pretty
We're
black girls
familiar.
back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh man, this always goes on. I hate it when this happens. So let me try to do this real quick. So I wanted to get my little music thing up here, but for some reason it's acting up. I don't know what's been going on lately. Give me a second. You can actually delete the app after you get finished. So it won't be because I wouldn't recommend you to stay on this app. This app is hell. I mean, you could tell it, right? Animal. This is hell.
I mean, we could always tell them how to
Navigate it.
curate safe spaces, but yeah, this app can be kind of funny and interesting at times. But like anything else, I use it for a tool.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, I know some like a lot of people. I always hear like Whack 100 uses the Clubhouse. I never really knew anybody else that used it.
yeah, we use it. I just use it for my audio. So let's get it. Let me do this real quick so we can start this party. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Yeah. Welcome to the top. With a view different. Whoa. Yeah, yeah. Woo. 400 club, we rise above. Rooftop talk, real one, show love. Oh, no fake vibe, just truth we speak. Strong minds, build every week. We break it down.
All right, welcome to the Corner Club Rooftop Talk. Hey man, I got my man Taylor Lore here. I've been trying to get him on the podcast for a while now. I've been chasing you down, Taylor. I've been chasing you down, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it sucks. I usually only have time on the weekends, and it was just like and then we got the one day I was gonna do it, but we had the time zone mixed up. I fucked up on that one. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good. So our title is going to be, sorry, let me get to it. Our title is going to be Black American Before Columbus. A lot of your content is very I wouldn't say that. I want to say peculiar. It's interesting to me, right? Because out of all things, you chose to put out the truth about how the America was before pre-colonial and the people of America and who they were, what they looked like, the scriptures and everything. That is fascinating. Tell me something, man. What made you choose that line of work to try to, that type of content?
Man, I think I went through a lot of the same process, I guess, as anybody that just wants to dwell in reality, man. I just, I was just studying humanity, I guess, and, the migrations of humanity and the way they posited things that have happened, and certain things just didn't add up. And when I was exposed to certain concepts, I feel like, more stuff just was coming. Like I took Dr. Africa's course
Mm-hmm.
2011, and he had a guy that was moderating the course, and his name is Pharaoh. It's at Pharaoh's house on Instagram. He's an older gentleman. He kind of put me onto these concepts, but I didn't have any like imagery or really anything. He's an older guy. He wasn't really tech savvy, so he was just telling me certain things, but I didn't. It really helps, I think, this era to give you visuals now, like visual prompts with the concepts, so it sticks better. So, like, after he told me certain things, like about the Mississippi being the Nile and stuff, I remember, like, I think it was like 2019, I started seeing people making memes like that. I think that was the when I first came across UBTV's map of America. And then so it all made more sense. Like, he was a pretty good teacher in that way because he didn't just like outright tell me everything. He like would put me in a way where I could, figure out for myself and like tap into my own drive to want to learn stuff. So
Oh, so he basically gave you some breadcrumbs and you picked it up. He didn't try to force it on you. He gave you time just to, go through your own investigation and stuff like that.
yeah, he's definitely a good teacher that way, and so that's how I guess certain things didn't really bother me when I was exposed to them. Like
Was
as
it
far as
culture? Was it a culture shock?
no, I mean it made sense to me because like my background being what it is, it didn't shit didn't bother me. Like my mom's mom is black, and then my brother's dad is black. So me and my
Mm,
brother don't really look alike, and I always had that that other alternative, I guess, from the mainstream thinking as far as like certain
mm,
concepts and things just not being true or not being what they say totally. So I was always kind of just open. I think I never really had any firm assumptions. I was just like, hey, if I get new evidence, then I'll adjust to it. And then I feel
right.
like because I wasn't like married to anything, I didn't have like my identity wrapped into certain things.
Mm,
I think sometimes like a lot of people, like Pan Africanism, people have their whole identity. I could never
right.
be like, yo, I'm Pan African. So I mean,
Yeah, I was talking about that out of Africa's theory, and it comes with Pan African. So to me, I think that those people colluded. They came with each other, to devise some type of plan because you already know people want to take people off the land so they can own it. Um, do how do a lot of people respond to your content? A lot of
I mean,
both white and black, Spanish, Native American, not American Indian, Native American. How do these people respond to your content?
I think the only people that really respond favorably would be the so-called Black American, like or like people that have spent time with them.
Mm.
I don't think like generally speaking, like so-called Black people of the world are not they're not favorable in their response to what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
And then
I bet you.
yeah, so, and so-called white people is about the same. But and then a good portion of so-called Black America does not like what I'm saying either.
We were just talking about that earlier. How the older generation refused to believe this, that they could possibly everything could possibly started from here. So I seen on one of your hey, good morning, Hope. Good afternoon. In your content that you have, you were talking about how Black Americans are indigenous to America, right? And I said, you know what? If this was a black man telling these people that, they would not believe it. It's always like that. I love Miss Hope, but Miss Hope does not. She does not believe Black Americans come from America. She's with the out of Africa theory too. What is your take on that?
Like on the out of Africa theory, or just about generational separation there.
Yes, that part.
Um, I think it's again I think if people's identity is really tied to it because I think they feel like if they take their foot off that it's like first base or something. If they take their foot off that base, they feel like they're going to be out. Like they say like, well, I'm not. They kind of feel like they're already estranged, and then if they were to sever themselves from Africa, then I feel like then they feel even more like an orphan in the world. I
Mm.
think and then also the trauma bond, like kind of like a Stockholm syndrome.
Mm. Where's your proof that America is basically the place where everyone came from and migrated over? other areas. Where's your proof of that? Like, what is your logic behind it?
I would start more so, I guess, with what people are labeling archaeology,
Hmm.
and looking into what some people call meltology. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the like hashtag meltology or that whole idea of meltology. That a lot of these rock formations are actually melted metropolises. And if you look at like a lot of boots on the ground, I guess, discoveries or investigations into that, you can see that these are buildings. These were whole massive grids that were melted down in some sort of cataclysm. So when looking at the world, you can see that there was a lot more civilization in the Americas than anywhere, and then Asia being the close runner-up, and then Europe being the third, and then Northern Africa and East Africa being fourth, and then Sub-Saharan Africa being, not virtually untouched, but not nearly as touched as the rest of the world. And then you look into like the tunnel networks. There's so many more subterranean tunnel networks in the rest of the world, outside of Africa. There's so much more beneath the surface outside of Africa. And it's not to say that the people that live and dwell in Africa now are not capable. It's just that I feel like they came later from these other parts of the world. And that development just was later, like more so as a survival, because the world around us around them was collapsing, and they had to go into that part of the world. I don't feel like that was. I think if you look at certain maps, there's no pyramids on the maps before like 1590, and I just feel like the timeline. So you look at Meltology. Meltology throws off the timeline, as far as like what we've been given, and then you're looking at the timeline a totally different way, and then you're like, a lot of these events are scrunched. It's not so separate. Like you look at like so-called Egyptian art,
Hmm.
and it's like static for like 6,000 years, and you're like, this is because it's not a 6,000 year period. This is a way shorter period, than what we've been given. So
Right.
it's because like art would evolve over time. I mean, you could look at just like any form of art, whether it be rock and roll or hip hop or whatever. Like it changes form.
Always,
Like every
always, always change fronts. Right. Always
yeah,
changes. Yeah.
six
Like a
thousand years of the same
metamorphosis.
art is crazy.
Okay. Let me ask you this question: if Black America were already here, how do you explain the transatlantic slave records?
No, I feel like there was definitely a movement by ship in the Atlantic. They weren't coming from Africa. Like they were coming from you bringing people from South America to North America, and from North America to South America by way of the
Hmm.
Caribbean, and
Hmm.
every direction as far as that. Like just a scrambling of the Americas. You probably had some African influx, but
Not
uh,
as much as they're presenting on paper, basically.
yeah, I mean, I do think that people were moved around. Like you look at King Philip's War, they take all them people out from the Northeast and then ship them to the Caribbean, and then they get shipped from the Caribbean to South America.
Right.
Same thing. Yes. So it's a lot of
They,
evidence of people being moved around within the Americas.
Cause they claim it was for slavery. They claim it was for like I say development, new development, and they had people come in different countries with by the way of the government to build, and they said about new development. But we all know that they started shifting people out of the Americas to other places and say they came from there because they wanted a land grab. Once somebody leave the land or abandon the land, the next person, next group of people come and claim it. We know that for a fact, right? Do you believe that all Black Americans are indigenous or just like a certain group, certain groups?
I think a lot are. I mean, I guess it's like a funny thing as far as like indigenous, like in that sense, because I think some are just from South America. I think they're like more kingdoms. They're from kingdoms of South America, and they
I
were
agree. Hmm.
crossed through this, so-called slave trading process. So I think a lot of people, and then you have, so-called Black Europeans that were part of the colonization process. That there's definitely remnants of that within so-called Black America. So I think
A
it's
part of the a part. Okay, well, damn, now we cook it. A part of the colonization process. So you basically saying that they were the ones who captured Black Americans too. Is
yeah, I
that
feel
what you
like
relate into?
Yeah, I'm saying that like the original colonists from Europe were of dark hue, and
Right.
that so you go down the line, a lot of people that have so-called anglicized names that they come from Black Europeans and Aboriginals. Like so, it's like you.
Mm.
So I feel like it's a mix in that way, but I think outside looking in, people just say these are all Black people.
Well, we already know that the United States gave that name that word black to people of this land. We already know that, so we know that's not really a broad stroke
Yeah.
unless you believe something else differently.
No, no, yeah, it's definitely like a technology, like a psychological technology. That word, in a lot of respects, definitely a creation.
Mm.
So. to falsely identify.
Hey, so why do you think that most of these archaeologists and historians support this claim? Why do you think so?
Well, I think a lot of it is just like the grant system. A lot of it is, where they're getting funded and how they're getting funded and what they're told to look for. I think if you are told to look for something instead of just being objective, then I think that you're going to find what you're looking for one way or another. Like if you're looking for a footprint
Mm,
somewhere going in one direction, I mean, I'm sure that you're going to find it if you keep looking enough. So I think, they build their story around what they're not being objective. So I think with the world being the way it is, you just got to think about it like in a more advanced civilization. It would be the same way. It would still be like immigrants all over. It might have been more controlled, not people just squatting on land like they are now. But I think it would still be like a lot of travel,
mm,
in
mhm,
like a autonomous, more like free energy world. I don't think that people aren't going to move around. You're still going to have so-called Africans and Europeans in America and vice versa. Like people will be everywhere, just like they are today, just even more probably. Like I think a greater population of people. I think there was way more people on Earth,
mhm.
and I think that they had a greater ability to travel. So I think people were everywhere. And
So you believe that like that landmass was all together at one point theory too?
I don't know about that. I just think that people definitely traveled everywhere.
I don't know about that. All right, living in the world of technology, right? You already know we can use ChatGPT, we can use Grok, we can use Google. When it comes down to how you feel in your claim, right? You say that you feel as though everything that you believe in and everything that you have researched so far, it comes to be true. What records from before slavery supports your position, my boy?
Like which position exactly?
Your position is that Black Americans come here. That all the Black folks, but now we got that out the way. But Black Americans are, indigenous to this land.
I mean,
That's
let's
your
look at.
position,
All right,
right?
there's like really no other circumstance in history that I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like from my research that where a population becomes enslaved and actually it booms in number.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Like usually when you're enslaved, you lose numbers. You know what I mean? Because you're getting the worst feed. The food you're getting is the worst, and you're not kept in the best. You're not kept in prime condition.
Mm-hmm.
So the so-called Black American boomed in numbers. While if you look at anywhere else in the world, as
Mm-hmm.
far as the slave trade is concerned,
Right.
they lost numbers. So anyway, however any type of person that was ever enslaved or caught up in some type of trade like that, prisoner of war trade or what have you,
Oh, there
they
we go.
use.
That's that word. That's that word right there. Ooh, you opened it up already. So you believe that Black Americans are prisoners of war, right? That's what you believe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think slave is a genetic determination more than because like if somebody like goes in your house and like ties you up or something, that don't make you a slave. Just you
Right.
just yeah.
That's a, that's exactly true to me. I mean, like I said, this interview is going to bust a lot of people's brains. They want to believe one thing. They really don't want to do the work. Me and my bro was talking about this earlier, Animal on the phone, like how people they say you put things in the book and the black man don't want to read it. And my thing is like, okay, it's in the book. How hard are you going to make it for us to get this information? That's my thing, right? So when I seen you on the internet, and before I asked you to do an interview with me, I was like, yo, how can this white man believe all of this shit? Like, even it's just people that's putting this information out, right? So, let me ask you a question, right, with this one. Can Africans ancestry and indigenous ancestry both exist without contradiction?
Like were they here?
Here, yeah,
Like were they were the so-called Native Americans here?
but not the Native American. I just said indigenous. So, oh, I'm bugging. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the thing. It gets tough, right? Trying to explain this. I feel like
Yeah,
explain.
because well, the thing is, if we talking about Black Americans are indigenous, and then I'm pretty sure you heard of how that Africa had a big influence on Black America at one point. Animal can put his hands up to that and say, yeah. That's why I asked that question: can African ancestry and indigenous ancestry both exist without contradiction? If you believe that Black Americans are indigenous to the Americas.
Like, are they opposed to each other?
I mean, not opposed to it. So can they exist without contradiction? So so basically like, okay, all right, let me give you this. This is what I think, right? I think that before the Christopher Columbus thing, right? Before he came over here, I feel it was like 1,500 years before they even came, they was already doing trades with people all over the world, melanated people, right? And so but the thing is, just like you're dealing with today's time, if a group of people come over here to do trade, from development of contracts between the governments. They would bring their cultural traditions over here too. So if those people back then, 1,500 years before Christopher Columbus came over here, they could have adapted the people's traditions, and some of those people could have came over here, and then they share culture. But would it be a contradiction saying that, okay, we're not that? This is not exactly what we are. We just share culture. Culture. I guess I just answered that goddamn question for you, but if you can get it somewhere.
No, I think it's just like some people in America. They go to they put Afro beats on or whatever. You go to Africa, they might listen to whatever, Kendrick or something. So I think it's always going to be some overlap. I think it's always going to be some type of cultural exchange there for
Mhm.
sure. I feel again because like if it's a unified world, if we're having a more advanced civilization. You're gonna have a unified world. It's not like people are going to be like closed off. It's going to be a flow of energy and flow of exchange. So I think a lot of stuff is going to overlap. So I don't think it necessarily means like that they contradict each other or they're opposed or anything like that. So I think some people are going to take certain things from other people and vice versa. I think the land determines a lot of the temperament. If you live in a certain area. Then again, it's like a whole nother way to look at it. Like, how was the climate even when people were unified? Was it the same? But I guess if you talking outside of that, if you were to go to a high elevation place, they're going to teach you how to live in high elevation. If you live in low elevation, it's going to be a different means of doing so, and people are going to have good ideas, and some people are going to exchange those ideas. So I think that's going to happen regardless. So I don't think that. I think if people were more so just working together, everybody kind of knew their position.
Sorry about that.
I don't think there's any part that's like less valuable. Just like any part of your body, I feel like is valuable that you don't want to give up any part of you. So I think it's the same thing. Like it's just that the head is the head, and I think a lot of people, it's the fight for the who the head is.
And I agree with that. So listen, welcome to the Foreigner Club Rooftop Talk, man. It's your boy Ye here. We're here on a Saturday, 3:02. I'm here with Taylor Lore. I've been on the internet and I've been seeing his content float heavy. Like he has a lot of material on Facebook and now you got YouTube too, right? 'Cause I see you
Yeah,
on
yeah. I'm
yeah,
on YouTube.
you can tell the people who you are once again before we really get into it. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Taylor Durden on YouTube, underscore Taylor Durden on Instagram. My TikTok just got deleted, but I made another one. It's underscore Taylor Durden underscore, and then yeah, I'm Tao Lore on Facebook. Yeah, so it's it's a
They deleted your TikTok, so you must be going against the.
yeah.
Why did they delete the what video that was put up that made them delete your TikTok?
It was deleted without warning, man. And I tried to appeal. They didn't even give me. It wasn't like there was like, "Hey, we're deleting you because this video," or it was just deleted without warning.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I had
that's
got a
crazy.
yeah, I had got a strike on a video. I think it was about the reset centers. I made a video about reset centers, and I got a strike. And then I was like, "All right, I'm gonna just be easy. I don't want to lose the whole channel." So I just stopped posting, and then they
Mhm.
still deleted me.
Okay, look, this is what I want to do for you right now, right? Like, I did a little question and things like that, right? So, are you open for a Q? Oh, here we go. It's tripping. My shit is tripping today. Do you?
No,
Would
you
you? Are
good, bro. You good. You good.
I'm good. Okay. Are you open to have a Q and A?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so anybody that want to come up from the crowd and want to ask some questions, you can put your hands up, or you know what I'll do? I'll open up the stage, and if you want to have this this Q&A with them, this course, visit that. Come on up, but be respectful because if you're not respectful, I'm going to shoot you down. He's not from Clubhouse. Like I said, I told you I was going to bring different people from different platforms on here, and that's what I'm doing. And I have discussions with a lot of people. So I was interested in talking with him because unlike a lot of other people, they feel as though that all black people in America they feel like their origin comes from Africa, and he believes the opposite. He believes that the Black American or the indigenous people of America, quite the opposite. And so I was like, let me get him on and see how see how he feels, and let's see how the people of Clubhouse feel about it too. Animal, you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. What's going on?
You want to talk to, bro?
Peace. How do you say your name, brother?
You can just call me Taylor.
Taylor?
Yeah.
Pleasure, man. I'm Animal. I'm from Jersey as well. That's Ye told you earlier. And I'm of similar thought processes and constructs. I just normally don't tend to
publicly verbalize them. Um, I've been kind of going down this rabbit hole for a long time. So I want to ask you, like, um, how did you get started, and why to start there?
Um, I guess it started like kind of like in my household. You know, my mom was kind of like conspiracy minded, and my brother we shared a room. We had different dads, but he after his dad passed, he moved in with us, and he was reading Behold a Pale Horse when I was like 8. He was like 15, so that kind of put me on the track of like questioning stuff. And then I was playing sports, so like I had a trainer, and in 2008, he's just an older guy that was helping me work out. He put me on a Sebi in 2008, and that got me into fasting, and then that brought me into breath work and the Medu Netter, and so that's what like got me into. I took Dr. Africa's class, and that's where I met the man named Pharaoh. He's still around. He's on Instagram at Pharaoh's house. He's an older guy. I think he's like in his 80s now. He was the one, I guess, that gave me a lot of the concepts. You know, the initiative to question some of these concepts. You know, I had already, I feel like, come to a certain point to where it didn't bother me though. Like I feel like as far as out of Africa and what a so-called white person is and all of that stuff, I feel like I had already primed myself enough to where I had questions that I needed to be answered, and so I was just looking more so for elders and people that had that line of thinking, and that brought me to Pharaoh and Dr. Africa's Natural Path course and everything. Because I mean, Sebi, I feel like was great in a lot of ways, but he didn't communicate it in a mainstream way as far as like biochemistry, and I feel like Dr. Africa really did a good job of that. And then Pharaoh was another level.
Copy. It's crazy. I don't know if it's like I don't know if it's like a Jersey thing or how we were raised, because I tend to find a lot of us um, are different thought processes and teachings. If you understand what I'm saying, right? Our journey is a lot different than other people, right? Um, so that's pretty interesting because I got put on the Sebi maybe like man 2010, 2011. One of my good friends, he was given like seven days they gave him to live, and his mom is actually from Trinidad, and she was a nurse, but she was an old school nurse, and she told him to go seek him out or whatever the case may be. And his mom talked about light and stuff a lot, and the use of light and energy and radio frequencies. So, make a long story short, he went to see Sebi, and Sebi, like, corrected his diet and habits or whatever the case may be. And he's still alive today when the doctor said so. That's pretty interesting. Hats off to you for your journey. Um, but yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Goals, we building kings, we molding souls.